Good morning. We're going to be working on combining signed numbers. This time we're going to use red and yellow counters in how we add and how we subtract integers, or what we call signed numbers. So we're going to be representing all positive integers to be the red counters, and we're going to represent the negative integers as yellow counters. But we have something that what they call zero pair. So if I have a yellow and a red, so one yellow, one red is equivalent to 0. So no matter how many yellows I have, as long as equivalent number with the red one, that is equivalent to 0. So if you have 3 yellow and 3 red, that is equal to 0. So no matter what number you're going to use, as long as it is the same number of counters, it's equivalent to 0. Let's say we have an example over here of positive 3 and positive 2. Combine them together, or it's just like adding two positive numbers. So this is going to be 3 red counters and with 2 red counters. So it doesn't have any yellow, so we don't have a yellow, we don't have a 0 pair. So that will tell us that the positive 3 and positive 2 will give us an answer of positive 5. Again, so we have the next example that we have. If we have a 5 red ones, right? It's the same thing, 5 red ones. Right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 red one. So if you're gonna put them together, how many reds do we have? So that's gonna give us 6. And we know previously that we said that all positive are reds, are positive. So we could say that's positive 6. And again, with or without that positive sign, the answer is positive. Last example on this category. So if you have 4 red ones, all right, and another 3 red, because it is positive. So we have 3 reds and 4 reds. All in all is 7. All right. So with or without the positive sign, that is equivalent to positive 7. In this category, all the numbers are negative. So it means I'm going to be taking 6 yellow dots. Right? So, and I'm combining it with 4 yellow dots. So all in all, if we put them together, all yellow, so there's no 0 pair because you can see that it's all yellow. So you could just say that you have 10 yellow, and we represent yellow as a negative. So you add all of them the same. Let's take another example. So you have 2 yellow because it's negative, and then another 3 yellow. So if you look at it together, it is equivalent to 5, and it's yellow, so it's negative 5. One last example, this category. So if you have a 1 yellow, and then you have 6 yellows on the other side. So all in all, it's easy, right? It's easy to see. So that is 6, and then 1 yellow together. So that's gonna give us negative 7 because all the yellow ones are negatives. So there you go. So as long as there's no 0 pair, so that you combine together as a negative integer. So in this category, we are combining 2 different colors, or 2 different integers, or 2 different signed numbers. Depends on how you call them. So I have 5 reds because we know that we represent the red as positive. And then here we have 3 yellow. So in this case, we could create a 0 pair. So yellow and red is 0, right? Yellow and red is 0. Another yellow and red is 0. So we'll take that away so it's not confusing. What remains in this side are 2 reds. That tells us that our answer is positive 2. Alright? So for the second example, we have 6 yellows. So we're going to put all 6 yellows. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we have 4 reds. You know, I usually line it up so it's easier for us to make a 0 pair. And there you go. And then we know that yellow and red is 0. So I could take this away, I could take that away, I could take that away, and I could take that away. And there's no more 0 pair I could create. So what remains here is you have 2 yellow. So it means the answer is negative 2. Alright? So let's say, for example, in this case, let's change this to negative 8. Because it's supposed to be a different sign. It's fine. We make mistakes. So we got positive 3 positives, and then we have 8 negatives, or we had to put 8 yellow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. There you go. So remember, we've changed that to negative 8 or minus 8. So now we could do a 0 pair. So that is a 0, that is a 0, and that is another 0, right? So we take them out. So what remains here are 5 yellows, right? So therefore, our answer for this problem is negative 5. This is yellow. Other teachers also say that that is negative 3 minus 8. But you just combine them as long as you see the signs. It's close that. Alright, so next category. Sometimes it's a little bit hard when it is already a subtraction, but we need to remember that we add the opposite. So we always have to add the opposite. So here we could have 5 yellow, and then I have 3 yellows because it's negative 3, right? But then the rule in addition is, in subtraction is we add the opposite. So it means we're going to be changing this to addition because we're going to be adding it. And we're going to take the opposite of a negative 3. So take the opposite of that. So it means we're reversing this to become red. Because we changed that, so that also changed. Now we could create a 0 pair. So that is 0. This is another 0. And that's another 0. So therefore, the answer to the problem that is negative 5 minus negative 3 is negative 2. Let's take another example to have a clearer view. So we're really going to put 6 red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is also a red. Okay, so but it says that we have to add the opposite. So I'm changing this to addition. And the opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. And then we do the 0 pair. So this and this is 0. This and this is 0. So now our answer is 4 reds means positive 4. Let's look at the last example. So we have negative 4 minus positive 3. So what we're going to do is put all 4 yellows on this side. And then it says positive 3, so I'm going to put 3 reds. Then we'll still follow the rule that says add the opposite, right? So this I'm going to change to add because I have to add the opposite of this, which is positive 3. The opposite will be negative 3. And in this case, I could not create a 0 pair because all of them are yellow. So I just have to count how many yellows are there. I'm gonna create a 0 there, so that's gonna be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and since it's yellow, it's negative. Alright, so that's our last example. Thank you everyone. We'll see you in next lesson. And don't forget to like Everyday Math Rocks on my YouTube channel. Have a nice and wonderful Sunday. Bye bye.